Welcome to the Lee Michaels Show with Carol and your daily cast of characters, where we discuss the issues of the day, entertainment news, what's really going on in Washington, and the world. Why don't we just hear it from the horse's mouth himself?
We can't have someone
that horse back
in the Oval Office who doesn't understand the meaning of the word confidential or classified.
How'd you make it in there?
I don't think it's safe to be briefed on national security because
agree.
the word will get out. I know at some point they're going to be calling, they're going to want to brief me.
Yep.
I'm not a talker about this stuff.
This is like
Nothing.
Watergate.
You're not a talker about anything.
Only it's worse. Because here, our foreign enemies were in a position to hack our most sensitive national security secrets.
Thanks to you.
Of course, it turns out the Russians didn't need to hack Hillary's email server. They were able to hack Trump's mouth.
Yep.
This is like Watergate. Only it's worse.
It is.
The Lee Michaels Show on the Power of Voices Radio Network.
Yeah, our president continues to put hoof in mouth every day. What a weekend, huh? I feel for the people in Charlottesville, Virginia, my home state. It's so depressing to see unnecessary bovine to go down like what happened over the weekend. The loss of life. A woman out there expressing her constitutional right, opposing hate, disgusting people. You're un-American. There's nothing about what you did this weekend, you racist dogs, that says you are American. You're not. Yeah, you have the same rights that everyone else has as it relates to expressing yourself, but you have no right to take someone's life, to run over them. You are nothing less than a terrorist. Every one of you. Torch burning, flag waving, sign carrying, helmet wearing, chest protective punk, weak men and women. You're disgusting. That's what you are. You're un-American. Over a damn statue? Really? I'm embarrassed to say that I'm from Virginia. But Virginia, hold your head up, girl. This too will pass. And there will be good that comes out of this. 2 officers went down in a helicopter. Fortunately, the governor was not in that helicopter, and those 2 officers that were flying that helicopter often fly the governor of Virginia. So it could have been really, really, really bad. 32-year-old woman dead, run over by a heinous fool. I don't even want to call his name. He doesn't deserve the acknowledgement for such a heinous act. It's disgusting. America, wake up. Stop. The poison that this president put out there gave these guys the right, the belief, that thought that it's okay to run people down like terrorists in other countries. This was not a Muslim. You can't blame it on the Muslims. It was not a black person, not a Latino. It wasn't somebody that came across the wall or a truck or from another country.
You know, you always leave Indians out.
This was someone from Ohio. And it's time for this bovine to stop. And how could the mother not know that her 20-year-old son was going to Virginia from Ohio to participate in some protest for Trump? Really?
No,
could you be that naive?
She didn't know. She thought he was going to a rally.
Well, then you know what? She's ignorant too.
No,
she
I'm
needs
not going to call her
No,
ignorant.
she
My
is.
kids could do the same thing. It
That's
don't mean
because
I'm
you're
like
not paying
them.
attention.
No, because there's another man. They've
You're
been
not paying
they've been
attention.
putting up all their pictures, and
That's
people are giving their names.
good.
There's another guy, and his
Carol.
father disowned him. He
Carol.
said he don't want nothing to do with him. He never knew he thought like this. So I wouldn't blame
Well,
that mother. She was
That's
very
because you're not
upset.
paying attention. Ain't no way in hell.
You don't know everything your kids do.
I tell you what, my kid could not go to Virginia for some riot, protest, a right-wing organization and not know something about it. Ain't no way in hell
So
that will
I
go
don't
down
agree
under
with
my
you
roof.
there. I
Well,
don't-
you can disagree. I'm just telling you how I
mean, you don't
work.
know. Anybody's
telling
kid
you.
could be guilty of this. It
I'm
isn't
telling
just
you
this
how
woman.
it would work in my household.
It isn't just this woman.
I can't talk about what would happen in your household. I'm telling you, ain't no way in hell one of my
I mean,
children
I listen to people
would go out there and do something like that.
that made it like it was just a one-sided thing. But they were screaming about Jewish people.
Yeah.
They were screaming about gay people. They were screaming
nuts.
about all people of color.
They're nuts.
They were basically
hate
saying,
filled.
"We're going to take our country. Take your country back. You don't look
Take it.
Native
Get the
American
hell outta
to
here.
me."
Get out of here. Leave the damn country. Goodbye.
I mean, we don't know
Adios.
everything our kids do, so I have
do.
to give her the benefit of the
No,
doubt.
I'm not giving her nothing.
She was very
She
upset.
she was upset and ignorant.
Well, then I guess all those parents should be, every one of those
They
parents.
need to know what the hell their kids are doing.
You don't. When they get a certain age,
I'm not
I
making no
haven't seen
excuses
my
for that.
son now
No.
in
That's part of the problem, Carol.
almost a week and a half.
Well, you know what? But they're not 20 years old. They're full-grown adults. They have their own families. You don't have any kids. You don't have
Kid was 20 years old.
Well, okay.
My kids have been on their own since they've been since she's been
well, listen.
17, and
Hey, listen.
Nico since she started
Stop making
college.
excuses for bad behavior.
No, I'm not going to blame the mother.
If
I'm
this boy
sorry.
was living in my house and he's telling me I'm going to go to Virginia to some all right,
he didn't
whatever.
tell he was going
She-
to a rally. That's all
she
knew.
knew he
I
was
didn't
going.
know nothing about that.
She said she knew he was going to something that was related to Trump. Now, with the internet, there's no way I would not have gone on and looked this organization up to know what my child was about to participate in. No way. You can't blame ignorance because it's information
I
at
can't
your
look at her as
fingertips.
ignorant. You don't know everything your
Fingertips.
kids do.
It's right at your fingertips.
But you don't know everything your kids do.
Well,
There's
I
no
tell
way.
you what,
You're here, they're there.
I make it my business.
They don't let us in all their business.
I make it my business.
I can't blame
I
parents.
don't accept.
I've seen parents that have stepped forward over this. One man disowned his child.
Yep.
He wouldn't care if they
I don't
killed
blame
him,
him.
he said.
I don't blame him.
Well, why? Because it's a man?
No.
What's
because-
so different about him than her?
Because it's wrong. It's wrong what these children
First of
are
all,
doing.
the police should have did the same thing they did to the Native Americans and the Black Lives Matter when they went out there and protested. At the reservations, they were hitting them with tear gas right away. These cops stood back. They did nothing at first, nothing. And it probably would have continued if that idiot didn't get in that car and go forward and then reverse on people.
That's because some of the cops believe the same ideology. That's a
Well,
fact.
one cop that was there was a
And I
black
know him.
cop, so did he believe that?
I don't know what. No, not because he's black. There's some crazy ass black people.
I don't think you know one.
I'm
I
not-
put him off my page.
I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm saying there are some cops
What the
that
hell?
believe in the same ideology of these fools, nincompoops, racists, thugs, terrorists.
They are
Call
terrorists.
them what they are.
They are terrorists. That's exactly what they
He's
are.
a 20-year-old terrorist. He took the life of a 32-year-old woman,
Well,
peaceful protester. She wasn't out there running over anybody. She didn't have a baseball and a bat in her hand or gun or knife or anything. She was run over, killed. That was a heinous act. And 18, 19 others injured, some of them still in the hospital.
Well, some of them are really critical.
Yeah.
Some of them we don't know. Are they going to lose a leg? Are they ever going to walk again?
That's horrible. See, we think that these kind of things won't happen here in America. Well, they are. They're happening. They have happened, and they will continue to happen because there's some sick, twisted, demented people shooting up schools, blowing up public buildings. It's because you're not paying attention to these crazy family members. I've said it over and over again. I'm never going to change my position on that. You better know what they're doing. Take the time to find out what your dysfunctional family members are doing. And you could be a son or daughter. If you got a crazy mother or father, you better check them. You better know what they're doing.
Well,
otherwise, you're going to be on CNN.
The guy that started that organization, GoDaddy took him down, but he came on, and what he said was horrible. He didn't feel nothing for that girl. He felt bad that the car was such a nice car that it's
Ain't that a
wrecked.
bitch?
Yeah.
That's sick.
I have that on tape with him.
That's sick. That's sick. A camera or microphone should never be in front of this idiot ever again. Don't give him the platform to even be heard or seen.
Oh, I've seen Southern people come on that voted Trump, and they're angry. They said, don't judge us, all us Southern white people, by these idiots, because we're not Nazis. Very angry guys.
You're not Nazis, but you were ignorant.
No, they're not all ignorant.
They are.
My sister's not ignorant, and she
Was
voted for Trump.
If she believed in what he was saying,
She
that was
does
ignorant.
not believe in anything he's saying.
Well, why
She's
did she
a
vote for it?
Republican.
Well, just because you're a Republican doesn't mean you have to vote for
I
him.
don't know if she voted for him. I just know she's a Republican.
Okay.
And she's regretting it. Everybody's regretting it.
Well, she evidently...
Look at
if
all
she
the
regret-
Republicans in office that are freaking out over him.
Yeah.
They want him out. I mean, it's and the other guy, his vice president, sticking up for him, and that's what might replace him. Jeez.
Yeah.
I just don't get why anybody would think you're better than anybody. He is a terrorist zone. I don't know why he wasn't called that immediately. If he was a Muslim, a person of color, a Jewish person, he would have been called a terrorist.
It's because Trump knows that his followers are that way. Many of them, not all of them, but some of them are mean-spirited, racist, they're nuts. Nazis, white supremacists, they are. You can't ignore that. You can't discount it.
The bad thing is racism's out of control. I mean, I've seen people online saying kill all white people, black people saying that. And it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Did you watch this rally? It was mainly white people out there going up against them. I mean, I don't blame any black person that lived in that city. I wouldn't have went out that day either. I mean, there was one kid in I think a parking structure, and this guy seen him, and they took a tire iron or something to his head. But they got pictures of this guy, and everybody's posting it all over Facebook to catch him. So, if you didn't see a lot of people of color, it's because it wasn't safe. I've seen preachers. Wasn't there a bunch of preachers?
Yep.
They had, some of them got hurt, and some news lady, they grabbed her and told her, you got to get out of here.
Yep. The world is out of control.
Why would you let them stand there in uniforms and guns? Now, when they had this for Ferguson, did you let people of color or all the Black Lives Matter, because those were all racist with Black Lives Matter, did you allow them to stand there in uniforms? No, you didn't. So I want to know, what is this exception that they could stand there? I mean, I have a video on that where they literally thought they were soldiers up there with loaded guns.
Yeah.
So I don't get it. Don't let anybody take us backwards. Because that's what Trump's trying to do, and those kind of people. But I have plenty of white people that are just as angry, maybe more angry.
Well, they should be.
Because, a lot of the way they were going at Jewish people, that's who they really hate.
Well, they hate everybody. And if you're not Anglo, European bred, pure 100%, they don't care about you, period. They hate everybody unless they're pure white.
No, I don't even think it's that. They just hate anybody that don't believe what they believe.
Well, no, but you got the white supremacists
did the Holocaust.
Yeah.
If you were Jewish or anything, no, that's how their brains think.
No, but we're not talking about.
It isn't just about color in this. They hate Jewish people.
They hate everybody that is not purebred white like them.
No, I have friends that are purebred white, and they're not hardly a racist.
We're not talking about them. We're talking about these white supremacists, these Nazis.
Supremacists, thank you, but not all white people that are pure
I didn't
white.
say that. I said I'm speaking about the people who performed these heinous acts over the weekend in Charlottesville. They were out there parading up and down the streets with torches, with hoods over their heads, with the crazy ideology that they're amplifying out there. That's who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about innocent, non-racist white people. We're not talking about them.
Well, I didn't know what you meant when you said pure white people.
That's who they are. These supremacists.
I don't look at them as pure white. I look at them as evil.
Well, but that's what they think, Carol. You got to understand what I'm saying. That's how they think. That's why they look down their nose at you and me and anybody that's not like them. That's the root of it. That's the hate. That's the crazy that's embedded in these people.
Well, you know what's kind of sad? If you look at it, first we've had, let's see, a judge, a prosecutor, another prosecutor, people of color. For some reason, they all drowned. We had a guy in Mississippi. They found him with his head cut off. A kid hanging. They've been doing stuff all along since Trump's been in office or when he was running. They've just ignored it before. But I think, and this is terrible to say, but because this was a Caucasian girl, it made them pay more notice. Now, would they have paid the same amount of notice if it was a minority?
Well, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. All we know is what happened. What happened was horrible. It was unnecessary. And how in the hell do these guys even get a permit?
Oh, and the guy that got the permit, did you see him come out to speak? He lasted I think 4 minutes, the next day, trying to act like they did nothing wrong. He had to get guards to get him out of there.
Yeah, I saw that. That snatch him out there and drag him through the shrubberies and everything.
I just want America to be what it's supposed to be. Well, we're happy and we're all, and bring the rents down so we don't have so much. And instead of building the wall and put billions of dollars, let's put that $1 billion in affordable housing for people so people aren't going to the streets. Because most of us, I would say, are one step away from it.
Well, many people are. You're absolutely right.
So I think that should be concentrated on. Stop what they're doing with these rents.
Well, there's numerous problems that need to be addressed. And
we don't need to spend $1 billion on a stupid wall.
No, we don't.
They don't need to come over. They don't need a wall. They know how to get there. They can tunnel underneath the wall.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, folks. What happened this weekend was horrible. It was horrific. It's devastating. With all the other stuff that's going on in the world. But again, who's to blame for this? Who opened up Pandora's box? Your president.
The Republicans.
Your president. He campaigned for over 2 years, spewing hate, giving the license, telling people, don't worry about it. If you get arrested, I'll take care of your legal fees. I'll get you out of jail. So he empowered weak-minded people. You have to be weak-minded, twisted, crazy, on the verge of just going all the way down to believe something crazy like that. You think Donald Trump really is going to come to the jail or send some lawyers down there to get you out? Really? Well, let me ask this question. How many people did he bail out? How many people did he provide legal services for? For the people that were at his protest, and not his protest, but his rally, and began to protest and swing in on people. How many of those people did he bail out? Did he provide legal services? I've not heard one report where he did. Let me bring Chris in. Chris, maybe you know more about it than I do. Did he perform that service for anyone? Wait a minute.
Lee and Carol. far as I know, no. But was talking about all this. The question has to become: are we surprised about his behavior?
No.
As you said, we should not be surprised about this. He showed you who he was from day one.
Absolutely.
He showed you who he was and was going to become, and what kind of president, what kind of so-called quote-unquote man that he is. Grabbing women by the pee and saying derogatory things about every person, every group known to man, woman, and beast. This is not surprising for him to have waited so long since Saturday, and for him to have their first statement when he's going on about there's hatred on many sides, he's not calling out people by their name. What do you expect him to say? And then he had the press conference a little while ago just now where he did name neo-Nazis and KKK and white supremacists, but it was a little bit too late.
No, of course. Because he was made to do it.
Yeah, go ahead. You're right, go ahead.
The media put the full court press on him, and members of Congress, both Democrats and Republicans, had to shame him to the level that he would eventually come out. Day late, dollar short. I do not accept your words. You should have kept them, because you know damn well you don't mean it.
Oh, I'm with you. Don't go like, well, how now, brown cow? It's too late. It was way too late. And if you notice in that press conference, he didn't come and talk about what was going on in Charlottesville, North Carolina. I mean, not North Carolina, Virginia, forgive me. He went on about trade policies first. Trade policies, economic policies, everything's great. Jobs come back to America. That's what he said first before the whole thing. Because it's about him. Not you or me, it's about him.
He's terrible.
Just to give some quick notes real quick. No bond's been set for James Alex Fields, the man who did the crime. He's from Ohio. His next court date will be August 25th. For him crossing state lines going from Ohio to Virginia could be a federal case, which is not looking into right now, looking into that. Derek Weimer, who was a former teacher of Fields, says even when he was teaching him, he was a Nazi sympathizer, going back to Fields' behavior.
Yeah, I heard that on news.
And also infatuated with the Nazis. The lady that unfortunately was murdered in the car plow was 32-year-old Heather Heyer. She was a paralegal from Miller Law Group there, as regarded as a strong woman and a hero for her convictions. Now, and unfortunately, well, the other two people, the state troopers, that was Jay Cullen and Burke Bates, who unfortunately died in a helicopter crash that same day. Going back to 45, when he gave the press conference just now, I don't know about you, but those sniffs return.
No.
I mean, he was heavy duty. I mean, I'm not.
Sniff has turned to a snort.
I mean, he went from sniff to snort in under 2 minutes. I kid you not. I'm like, I have visions of the campaign he used to do. He would be in the debates.
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah, but he didn't even stay on the subject. He wanted to talk about the vets. When he came on, remember, he said, I'm here to talk about, remember, he said about the vets.
Well, that was yesterday.
I didn't even
before,
finish. Well, yeah, when he said what he said.
No, but didn't he just do a press conference?
I don't watch him anymore.
Yes, he did. Yeah, the first thing he talked about in today's press conference a few minutes ago was about, first thing he said was about trade policies, economic policies. We're bringing more jobs back to America, and America will be great again. That was the first thing he said.
When your monkey ass leaves the White House, America will be great again.
Yeah.
That's when it's over with you, then we can stand tall and be proud, hold our chest out, head up, shoulders back, and wave the American flag. Till then, I'm not having it. I can't hear you.
But see, it was then, like I said before, you're right, the daily dollar short, literally.
Yeah.
Because it's happening, unfortunately, on Saturday. Now it's Monday. And now he mentions about the KKK, neo-Nazis, and white supremacists are repugnant. He mentions about racism being evil, and those who cause violence are criminals and thugs. This is not too much a little while ago. So once again, I don't buy into it. And once again, I like you. I don't believe he means it. He was forced into it. And when I was watching the coverage during the time before all this happened, there was a white man who blasted pepper spray into a black man's face during this time. And the officer on the ground gets in front of the white guy with the shield. I'm like, wait a minute, the dude with the pepper spray, you should protect him. You know, little bite language like that always incenses me.
Yeah.
Because you could say much without saying it all. Case in point, what 45 did not say back on Saturday. Saying a little says a lot.
Absolutely. Yeah, I saw these Nazis out there swinging on women, man. Punching women.
Mm-hmm.
They're cowards, a bunch of punks. Anybody that does anything like that, you know, for no good reason, reason, is just point blank wrong. They should be arrested.
You're right.
Right on the spot. How many were arrested in all of that?
You know what? The reports I had was not going to arrest. They're going to the main stories about Heather Heyer and the two state troopers at this point.
Yeah. Now, what caused the helicopter crash?
You know what? That's mistaken too. I mean, I'm not saying it's mistaken, but the points I got was just pretty much. Let's see here. I have to get back with you on that one because the stories I had is going to the fact that they died and
maybe they're still under investigation.
Yeah. At this point, said it crashed around 4:50 p.m. during that time. So reports the FAA, but not a reason of why the crash was there. Says here, police say no one on the ground was injured. The cause of the crash is under investigation.
Yeah, that's sad. Really sad.
Yeah, it is.
You know, to say the least, we've got this mental midget over in North Korea. Apparently, the rhetoric has been ratcheted down a little bit now on both sides. And that's a good thing. I don't think that. First of all, I still don't fully believe that they have all the technical capabilities they claim. I think that's, not true. I think they're using that as a ploy to negotiate or maybe get to the table to get what they really want. What is it they really want? Do they want to be a nuclear-powered country? Or is it something else? Or is it that plus something else? What's the bottom line? When you go into a situation, and especially a country like this, there's something that they need and want. What is that? When you sit down to the negotiation table, you got to home in on the needs. So, okay, what is it, Kim Jong-un? What is it that you really need?
What did you say, kid?
Kim Jong-un? Hey, come here over here. Mr. Get over here. What is it that you need? Is it that you need food for your people? You need oil? What is it you need? Let's deal with the needs. It's okay. We can take care of your needs, but you're going to have to give this up over here. Okay? Look, we'll let you sit over here and jump up and down and make all the noise you want, but you cannot threaten the world that you're going to blow people up to get what you want. The thuggery and being a bully, we're not going with that. See, that's going to be shut down. Now, maybe this guy is so crazy you can't reason with him that way. So maybe you might have to smack him around a little bit. Maybe you need to keep the sanctions in place. Tougher sanctions. You get nothing from nobody. How's that? All those mountains up there you can't grow anything on? Okay. Eventually you can break the horse's back. And that's what we've been doing for years. I mean, he's claiming he's got these rockets now, missiles that he can go 20,000 miles and whatever. Put mini warheads in them. Well, we don't know for certain. All of our technical people and scientists say, well, yeah, he's pretty close. Well, pretty close to it. That only counts when you're playing horseshoes and hand grenades. That's when close means something.
Right.
Until you really know, you don't know what you don't know. And right now, that's the position we're in. We don't know what we don't know. We're guessing. My gut tells me he's bluffing. Now, why would he come out and say, hey, you know, we can drop some rockets over there in Guam? He knew that would be a sensitive spot. And he knew he had Boo Boo the Fool in the White House that would respond in a crazy way. So now you're in check. He's got us in check. He is terrorizing Donald Trump because that's the way Trump is responding, like he's been terrorized. And the simple response to that would have been, from me, don't play me, fool. For what you think you have, we have that times 1,000. Before you can get a missile off the ground, we're going to shoot it out of the air. Don't even think about it. The next missile that goes off will be a Tomahawk missile to your head. You can't go low enough to get away from us. That's what I would say. You want to be a bully with a bully? Threaten him. Straight up. So if you do that, we're going to kill you and everybody in your regime. And in North Korea will be free of you, you fool. You got to go street on him. Go hood on him. Fire and fury. Not even your own words. He should be slapped for plagiarism. There's nothing original about this fool.
No, not at all. Not at all. But see, I like the way you said earlier, full court press to him and the White House for him to come forward with a second statement, even though, once again, it doesn't mean anything as far as I'm concerned. But the full court press. And there's times of crisis when a president or man or woman who has a power of voice, so to speak, powervoices.com, can use it to help calm a nation.
Exactly.
Now, say what you want about the following people. They did have a voice of calmness for the nation. You go back to President Obama with, in Charleston, Virginia, that massacre that was going on. You also had 9/11. When that situation happened, unfortunately, that really just changed how we feel about terrorism here in our own country. You even go back further than that. Before he was even running for president, I even go back to Robert Kennedy, who was in Indianapolis, Indiana, speaking to an all-black crowd, and had to give the news that Dr. King was assassinated to this black crowd. And in the recording that you hear, one of the first things he said was, "My brother was also killed by a white man." And I thought it was very poignant, because death has no color to it. Death is death. Murder is murder. And for the fact that he was able to do that and to bring a more of a commonality to a painful situation, very painful situation, I might add, was very diplomatic. Now, having said all that, we look at 45, which is not even the realm of the people I just talked about. But here's the guy who can tweet and twit all the day long day. Now, he's quiet during this whole massacre thing that's happened, over the weekend. Yet, Merck CEO Ken Frazier quits. One of his counsels, he's back on Twitter destroying him. Like I said, it's select Twitterism. Once again, going back to Adolf Hitler, Sieg Heil. This is the Twitter that he had about Ken Frazier. Now that Ken Frazier, Merck Farm, has resigned from President's Manufacturing Council, he will have more time to lower rip-off drug prices. It's so juvenile, but we should not be surprised. The man is a bonehead. He keeps showing the fact that I keep saying, Not only is he fit to run the presidency, he's not even fit to be a human being.
That's true. Totally true. We got Alpha on the line. Good to see him on here. Alpha, what's happening? How you doing?
Well, good morning in your case, Lee. Good afternoon, Chris, and hello, Carol.
Good morning.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Glad to see you feeling better, Chris.
Yeah, same with you.
I've been listening to the conversation, and the Virginia situation. Where's the debate? You got white folks, alt-right, Klansmen. They show up in uniforms, helmets, with nightsticks, guns, shields, and the police are standing by like Huckleberry Hound and, Andy and Mayberry. And black people come unarmed and they show up with tanks and armored vehicles, full riot gear, face masks, tear gas, the whole 9 yards.
They did that too at the reservation, fighting over the oil.
Mm-hmm.
That should
And
be
all the
addressed.
Indians had was sage.
Exactly. That should be addressed. When you talk about it's not all white people, no, it's not all white people. But the Klan and the white supremacists, alt-right, neo-Nazis, they have infiltrated the ranks of police, judges, politicians, and prosecutors. You cannot deny that ghost soldiers run rampant in these institutions.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see a Klansman alt-righter with a shield in a club pepper spraying a black man, and the white officers trying to protect the perpetrator, that shouldn't be surprising. There shouldn't be a conflict. There shouldn't be a debate whether or not they all do it. You see, both sides do it is the meme.
Mm-hmm.
When both sides don't do it. Black Lives Matter never shows up in full uniforms and helmets, shields, right to carry weaponry. They never show up like that. But they are met with a intensive force.
Yep.
These people should be met with an intensive force. The guy who ran over those people, he's not the only one. He's not the only one. They should be suing each and every one of these organizations for inciting to riot.
Yeah.
Why would you come in full uniform with shields and nightsticks and rifles and guns?
Because you anticipate being evil.
Exactly.
You're going to cause destruction.
Consciousness of guilt.
That's right. You're going to antagonize someone to the point. That's right. You're about to inflict harm on other people, and you want to protect yourself.
This isn't rocket science.
No, that's
And
premeditated.
When it comes to Trump talking about it, mentioning the names, he's guilty of the same thing he was accusing Obama of. Except for Obama wasn't shying away from calling them radical Islamic terrorists. That was strategic because they used that as a recruiting tool.
It's true.
Donald Trump is exactly who he is. He's a racist, alt-right white supremacist. Steve Bannon, he's an alt-righter.
Totally.
The young boy, Miller, he's a white supremacist.
Mm-hmm.
The senator, did you see the Senator Heller of Montana?
Yeah.
He's standing there in a picture with a white supremacist. And it goes on and on and on. This is not rocket science. Democrats, progressives, black people who appear on the network who are in front of a camera must refer to this man as an illegitimate bigot, a Putin puppet. You don't speak about him as 45 or President Trump. You message as you speak because he is constantly campaigning.
No, he's got ads running right now for his re-election.
Exactly. He wants to use the bully pulpit to say both sides do it. And that's not the case.
Anybody that's listening to his rhetoric right now, if anybody believes that this man ought to be reelected, I would ask one question. Based on what? What has he really done since he's been in office other than stir up more hate and discontent among the world?
Well, what you're missing, Lee, that's fake news.
Yeah,
he's done more than any
other.
We
got a fake president.
In the history of this nation, you know, you can always listen to your own press releases and your own commentary. But when it comes down to truth, we have a saying, the truth must be spoken more than once because lies are repeated ad nauseum. So therefore, you have to speak the truth more than once. And there lies the problem.
I agree.
Now, and the boy, Kim Jong-un, Kim Jong-un,
You sound worse than Lee.
Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un.
You sound like my ex-roommate's mother, Kim Jong-un.
Kim Jong porta potty. Let me call it porta potty. Here is the dilemma. When you speak about him threatening and throwing his weight around as a bully, one shot fired from our side. There are 10,000, count them, 10,000 cannon barrels pointed toward Seoul, South Korea. You're looking at the death of millions of people. Not thousands, not hundreds of thousands, millions. And if some of those shells, artillery shells, have chemical weapons, what are you looking at?
Yeah.
What is the death?
I don't think they have that type of weapon.
Oh no, they have chemical weapons.
Yeah.
And a means to deliver them on that type of stationary delivery system.
But do you think this mental midget is that crazy that he's willing to?
And you ask what they want. You ask what does he want?
Yes.
He wants the United States to leave South Korea so they can overrun South Korea and unite Korea. That's what China wants. And China and even Russia.
What's the upside of that?
There is no upside for us.
For anybody. What's the upside for them?
The upside is that they will find, you have to understand, Lee, there's never been a treaty to end this war. We're still at war.
Yep.
In Korea. And that's the bottom line. That's the end game. And they're willing, Kim Jong, whatever, is committed to having his state recognized by the world. Or
I don't think that will ever happen.
Or have the state destroyed by the world.
It's not going to happen because people have too much fear about his way of ruling.
He is willing to take millions of people with him.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line here. That's what I can say about that. Because that's the bottom line. That's what they do. That's what he wants.
But if that's what he wants, that doesn't seem to me the right way to go about it. He needs to the rhetoric and the fear tactics obviously have not worked. It didn't work for his father.
How old is he? 30, 33?
Something like that.
You really believe he's running the show? You really believe it's nothing more than a puppet, a proxy, standing in front of the old white Korean generals? And they can't be white, they're Korean. Do you really believe that that's the case? The generals are running the show. He is the figurehead.
Well,
Yeah.
I've said that before as well. I don't know if he has that kind of power to keep the generals, the military in check to that degree. I've always said that. I said, but more importantly, if he were to lose his position, if he magically disappeared, what would change? What would happen then? Who would step up? Who's the next in line? See, that is the concern that I have, and that's the question that's not being answered. If we take this guy out, who's next on the X? And sometimes the next person in line, like a Pence, may not be any better. See, a lot of people are talking about impeaching 45. And if that were to happen and you were able to force him out through impeachment, which I don't think the son of a gun would leave, he would just take that little slap on the hand like Clinton did and kept on doing his thing. But if he were to leave the office, then we are stuck with Pence. Now, the difference between the two is at least Pence has some idea about how government runs, for what it's worth. But is he any better? No. He may be more egregious, more, but I don't think he is an ignorant man. What we have right now is an ignorant person running the United States of America. And that's what bothers me most, because an ignorant person can be very, very destructive and don't even know it, because he's that stupid, he's that ignorant, he's that unplugged, not aware. He's playing high school bully, schoolyard bully tactics, running the situation like it's a company, and it's not. This is the United States government. And I said it when this clown was running. I said it. You can't run the government like you run a corporation. Just because you're the CEO, the chairman of the board of your own company, you can do pretty much what you want to do. There are some legal limits, of course. But you can't run a government that way. If you did, then you'd be a dictator. So, Mr. President, you better learn. And I also blame the advisors around him. As long as he's got his son-in-law, his daughter, Bannon, and I got to throw the general in there as well. As far as I'm concerned, he's boo-boo the fool for getting on board.
All of them.
All of them.
Every so-called general. Something about all of the generals he has surrounding him. They have never, ever won a war. Ever.
Hey, Apollo, Alpha, can you get a little closer? I think you're talking on the microphone on your computer versus your headset.
Is that better? Then, too, it's not...
Do you have the headset plugged in?
I have the headset plugged.
Okay.
Headset plugged in.
It's I don't think it's coming through the microphone in your computer again. So you probably have to go up in your settings there on the Source Connect and make that change, probably.
Let's see.
Your audio input device.
Audio input device would be USB microphone.
Right.
How about now, Lee?
You have to reset. After you make that adjustment, it'll tell you to
Select
refresh.
Audio output.
Yeah.
Audio output. Speaker Oh, that's right. I just had work on my computer. Okay, now let me refresh.
Yeah, you have to go out and come back in. Chris, you still there, or are you having a hamburger?
No, I'm not, sir. No.
Is that better, Lee?
Yes, much better.
Does that come through loud and clear?
Yes, sir. Much better. Much better. Well, now we can hear you breathe.
Great. There you go. Now you're all right. I just come from the doctor today too.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here, man.
You feeling better?
I'm stronger. I was strong enough to get out of the house, get down the stairs and back up the stairs, and it was relatively smooth going to the doctor.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm regaining most of my strength, and all I have to do now is be chased away from the food.
Well, stay away from the stuff that you're not supposed to eat. Otherwise, you're going to end up back in the hospital again, getting tuned up.
I've been trying to do that. I was trying to do that.
But I hear a but in there.
Let me put it like this. I told my daughter-in-law, bring me a salad, a strawberry mango salad from Wendy's. Now she's already out all over the place. I'm not going out, Daddy. I just came out to take her daughter's car, take her daughter to work. But you out there. You already out there. Wendy's has a drive-through. You ain't even got to get out of the car. But I mean, that's the kind of logic I'm dealing with here. So that's where I am.
No, that's too bad. I wish I was in town. I'd swing by Wendy's or McDonald's or wherever. I mean, that's just a small thing,
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to send Carol out there to Chicago for about a month to help you out.
No, she can't. Carol can't come to Chicago.
Why?
The other Carol's here.
Oh, that's right. Can you imagine the two of them going out for lunch or dinner?
No, two running into each other.
Yeah, right?
No, we won't know who pays for what.
Yeah,
y'all ain't right.
Carol come out there and get you straight. She'll come out there and rub your head and massage your feet.
There you go.
Take you out for lunch, right, Carol? Wouldn't you do that for Alpha?
I just love how he governs my life.
No, I know you're a loving, caring, giving person.
Yeah, but I'm not going to massage nobody's damn feet.
She's not what?
Ooh-wee.
What'd she say?
She said, now I heard that. She said, I'm not going to massage anyone's damn feet.
I don't blame her.
Well, she'll give you a head massage, I'm sure.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's great.
She's. I think she would do that. She's shaking her head. Yes, she would do that. See, I told you she was a nice person. It's hard to pull it out of her, but she's a good person.
Y'all are murder. Y'all just pick and poke Carol.
She's really a softie. She's all right. We're gonna keep her around.
She don't mind. I know she don't mind.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm yawning.
What time did you get up?
I think 5.
Well, there you go. What time did you go to sleep?
Is your mic on, Carol? I can hardly hear you.
No, I had it far away from me. He turns you down a lot of times.
No, I don't. Only when you get to sneezing and coughing and, carrying on.
I don't know why I'm sleepy. I had a long walk at the beach.
Well, there you go.
Fat boy cried to get his hair combed. He's getting so lazy, though. If he sees me bring little man, horny dog, I call him now. That's his new name, horny cat.
Horny cat.
I'll take him off the thing to comb his hair, and I'm carrying him. But then Fat Boy sits there, and he wants me to pick him up to put him on the bed. It's like, no, you get up on the bed.
Oh, yeah.
Spoil.
Yeah, like, no, you're going to lift me. And then if he sees I feed her somewhere else, he makes me carry his plate around till he decides where he wants to eat. Cats, they're not dumb animals.
No, but they're working the hell out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's in control? The cats or you?
They may not be dumb animals, but
the cats are running that house. That's That's right. Cats are in control.
I don't mind. They don't ask for much.
Yeah.
Crystal Lee, I have a tech question.
Okay.
My my phone, my cell phone, died a horrible death over the weekend.
Oh. Do we need to blow taps for it?
The what?
Do we need to blow taps?
You know, blow what you can blow what and who you want to, but this damn cell phone is dead.
What happened?
Such a nasty man.
I know, right?
Thank you. I mean, I had the worst time over the weekend. Just the worst time. My phone, the battery is fully charged.
Uh-huh.
I know that because I took it out and put it in another phone and it says full charge.
Okay.
I put the battery back in it. The phone will not turn on. The phone will not turn on.
You got a dead phone.
It what?
It's dead.
Yeah.
Well.
Did you drop it?
No.
How old is it?
It's
that
I'm
old,
trying
huh?
to remember. It's
That old,
huh? I mean, we're talking.
2-3 years old?
We're talking. No, we're talking at least. It's a Samsung 3.
Note 3?
No, not a Note. No, pay attention, Lee. Pay attention here.
I'm trying.
It's a Samsung 3.
Okay, S3.
And it just S3. It just wouldn't. It just won't come on.
Okay. All right.
But all of my information is in the damn phone.
Okay. Well, they may be able to get that out. What you got? Who's your service provider?
AT&T.
Okay. Take the phone to AT&T.
I can't take the phone anywhere.
Why?
I barely got out of the house and went to the doctor. Here's what happened.
Well, have someone take it out there for you.
Before you give the advice, Lee, I went on my website. Went on the AT&T website. And I bought a phone. I bought a phone and paid for it.
Okay.
And I was going to pick it up at my local AT&T store, which happened to be over on 95th and Central.
Okay.
They're the ones who had the phone. None of the other people had it. So I sent my son out there to get it. After I paid for the phone, I got the confirmation number for the payment and the whole 9 yards.
Okay.
My son goes out there and they won't give him the phone because he's not on my phone. He's not listed on my phone.
That's right. That's what happens. That's the way it works.
AT&T website not accepting my password, I can't get online. And they wouldn't accept my password. This went on all day.
Well, you can change your password. Reset it.
I did that, but the email has to come through my phone because it wasn't coming through my regular email address. No. They had the wrong email for me. Now, online, I've got the right email. It was a total nightmare, just a nightmare. My son ended up having to buy another phone.
No. In his name?
In my name.
Okay.
And therefore, when the phone I ordered through the website won't be picked up, it'll revert back and I won't be charged for it. He had to buy the phone. And then he couldn't get it connected. So he came home on Sunday morning. We're talking to an AT&T representative who's trying to connect the phone.
Right.
Finally, they connect the phone. When I say finally, after a couple of hours, they connect the phone. But I can't get the info out of my other Samsung because it won't turn on. This phone even has a port and adapters where you plug it into the old phone and plug it into the new phone and it transfers all the information.
Right.
But it won't come on.
Does it have a memory card?
It's got it does have a memory card.
Well, you might be able to pull that memory card out, and probably all your pictures and stuff like that are stored on that. probably.
Yeah, it has a memory card.
Do you have a Google email account?
I have a Google account. All of my
Email.
contacts are in my new phone.
Okay.
Because all I had to do was sign into the Google, into Google.
Uh-huh.
But
Now, do you have your Google account where your pictures and stuff are uploaded automatically?
You know, Lee,
So
you
you're-
know me. I don't know.
Yeah, you know me. OPP.
You know I don't know.
Okay.
I'm like,
Well,
if
I don't know what to tell you
someone
other
shows
than
me something, I can do it.
yeah. Did you have your son take your phone to the AT&T store?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I did.
And they said it was nothing that they could do.
Right, because they didn't have a phone in their store
Uh-huh.
that would accept the card, the memory card, SIM
Yeah.
card, whatever it is, from my phone.
So if they did, then they could get your data off of that card.
Yes.
Is that what I'm understanding?
Right.
Well, you need to go to a different store. If they're saying it's possible, then they need to figure that out for you. Well, where else can I go? I need my stuff.
Well, I've got a e-wallet that's like access to a password to keep all your stuff
Right.
in it.
Right.
And I need, because it's got IDs and passwords to all of the news sites and
Mm-hmm.
to Commonwealth Edison. It's got all 14 of the great grandbaby birthdays, so I don't.
Forget.
I mean, all of the grandchildren's
Yeah.
birthdays.
Well, let
It's
me
got
ask,
the
what kind of phone did you get? What's your new phone?
Samsung 8.
Oh, nice. That's a good phone.
Expensive ass phone.
Yeah. So you bought it outright, like $600-700?
It's $749.
Man, ain't no way in hell. I do the monthly thing. I can't unask $700-800 just one time for a damn phone. I can't do it. I'd rather pay the $32, $34, whatever it is a month, as
32,
opposed.
30. No, Lee, no. $28 for 34 months.
That's fine. I can live with that.
Pencils out to $952.
But see, I'm not giving up $800 at one time. I can't wrap my mind around giving up that kind of money for one of these. I just no.
$28 for 34 months.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I get it. I understand the math.
$952.
That's the finance involved. I get it. But see, now that you got that phone and you own it, if you want to upgrade a year from now to the new latest whatever, then you got to buy another $800-900 phone.
As opposed to what? Paying for it on a monthly basis?
Yeah.
Either way it goes, you don't want to pay for the phone.
No. Most of the companies will allow you to upgrade on the fly, and your payment stays the same.
Your payment stays the same, but you're still constantly paying bit by bit.
Okay.
They're chipping away at you.
But see, as
a
long as
thousand cuts.
I understand, but as long as I have access to the latest phone, that's all I care about. Because these things go bad, man. Not only that, I work the hell out of my phone. In fact, I can't wait until December when I'm able to upgrade. And I'm probably going to leave Verizon. So Verizon, if y'all are listening, I don't like that 2-year contract thing. So I'm looking at T-Mobile as a possible
No.
or AT&T.
And after my experience with AT&T, I would say no to them. I'm still with AT&T though, but this Galaxy 8 is a whole new
bath of technology for men.
Totally.
Needless to say, I'm lost. Baby,
Well, you just need to sit back in your lazy boy and just go through the manual and the help screens and learn how to use it. This is a powerful
I
phone.
I don't care what you call me. Lazy boy, hell yeah, I am.
I was talking about your lazy boy chair, not you.
Man.
I know you got a lazy boy sitting up in there.
And then they add that to the fact that before all of this happened, I had to have my computer worked on.
Well, you technically upgraded now. I've been trying to get Carol to do that. She's got one of these phones that's half jacked up. It works sometimes it doesn't. But she don't want to get a new phone.
But I had to have my computer worked on.
Yeah, what was wrong with it?
They worked on it. Well, Windows has been trying to force Windows 10. I still use Windows 7.
Okay.
And it's failure to load. It's failure to download. So now when I turn my computer off, once every month and a half, it says, when I turn it back on, it'll only turn in circles and says, failure to configure updates, reverting changes.
Well, what that sounds like is trying to do some Windows updates, and it's having trouble doing that for whatever reason.
Right.
Now, there's something causing some kind of conflict. It could be your antivirus software. Try turning it off.
I did. Not only did I turn it off, I turned it back on in what is it, safe mode.
Mm-hmm.
Turned it back on, and it went in safe mode. It loaded up. I got back in it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would turn it off and turn it back on and start it up normally, no problem. Everything went well.
Okay.
Until the safe mode says failure to configure updates.
Okay. How old is your computer?
I want to say this computer is 6 years old, 5 years old.
Okay. Let me ask you another question. It's going to sound silly. But is the clock keeping the right date and time in your computer?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so it's not the battery. Because there's like a little watch battery, a clock battery in the computer on the motherboard.
Right.
If you turn the computer off and turn it back on and the date and time is wrong, then that's a battery issue. And your updates will get all screwed up if your computer has the wrong date in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that we can eliminate that as a possibility. But 6 years old, man, it's time for a new computer. I know you don't want to hear that, but because you just spent $800 for a phone.
You own a goddamn. I could have bought another computer.
Exactly. See?
And then fixing on my computer and cleaning all the stuff up out of it.
Mm-hmm.
They charged me $99.
Okay, well, that's not bad.
One time deal, one time fine. The next day, and I spent 3 hours having to work on my computer, taking control of your computer. 3 hours. The very next day.
Same thing?
The same problem. I call them back. It took them 4 hours.
Wait a minute. Who's doing this? Who'd you hire?
This was phone through AT&T. My phone so something. And I knew it had to
Wait a minute. This is for your computer or your phone?
This was for my computer.
Really? So you have AT&T phone company doing service on your computer?
Well, yes. They also have
I wouldn't do that.
What it was, it's Windows, and the name of it is My Phone Support. That's the name of it. My Phone Support, but it's a Windows.
It's not Windows.
Okay.
You're thinking that's Microsoft?
And the tip was when I called them, they don't speak very good English.
You've been hijacked,
you must
man.
you must take.
speak to
So,
him.
No. You've been hijacked, man.
day
That's
two,
a scam.
Day two, when I called them,
No, you have to tell them though you want to speak to someone in the United States.
But even then, you don't know.
wait a minute, day two.
Did they
When they
charge you
couldn't
another
get
$99
No,
for the
no,
4
no,
hours?
no. When they couldn't get it right day two,
Uh-huh.
they had to stand behind their money back guarantee.
Mm.
I said, give me the money back guarantee. Give me the guarantee. Because they still didn't resolve the problem.
Mm-hmm. They give you the money
So-
back?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what you need to do. I wish I was in Chicago. I'd come over there and fix the damn thing. But what I would do is take the computer to a local repair shop. Maybe even the geeks over at Best Buy or someplace like that. And I've had people say they had a bad experience at places like that too. But it's an operating system discombobulation kind of thing. If you're still getting that same message about the updates. Now, do you know what the specific update is?
Yeah, I've been trying to force Windows 10 down my throat. And it won't download.
It's not
The
going
updates,
Here's the problem. It's not going to, because to get that Windows 10, free Windows 10 expired a year ago. So it's simple that this app that's trying to do it is trying to do something that it's never going to do because the free download is expired. So you need to uninstall that. There's an app in there that's trying to install Windows 10. You just need to uninstall it.
Well, that's what they're telling me. I have to install a new operating system.
Well,
I'm like, what?
I don't know about that.
Well, I had no problem. I've had no problem loading it. I mean, getting on the computer this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I'm just
You didn't get that
waiting.
error message again?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so maybe they finally fixed it.
Well, as long as they refund my money. And somebody comes over here and tells me, the hell, I mean, I like the phone is likable, but it's new, so I'm kind of jaded.
Okay. Well, why is it that you're reluctant about moving to Windows 10?
Because when they were advertising and forcing it, one thing I've learned is that the new Windows, when 8 came out and all those other ones, I never went upgraded to them either.
Mm-hmm.
That there's always a bug.
Well, yeah.
In the works. There's always something wrong.
10 has been out for a while now, so
Right.
they've come out with some bug
They're ready for
fixes.
11.
Yeah. Hell,
They coming out with 11 now.
well, I mean, I've got several machines here with Windows 10 on it, and they run fine. I even have, this might surprise you, I still have a machine over here. In fact, let me see if I can put the camera on it. Yeah, this one right here is running Windows XP.
Yeah.
Now, I can't get any more updates on it or anything like that, but it still runs fine. But all the other machines are Windows 10. We don't have any 7s around. We've got one Mac sitting here. I'd like to turn it into a boat anchor. But that's because I don't like Macs.
That's my cluster. My cluster, you know what, of the weekend.
Yeah. Well, you had a rough one. You had a rough one. I had a couple of computers that I had to do a little maintenance on over the weekend as well. So I understand, my man. It can be frustrating, very, very much so.
You're talking about you had to do some maintenance on the computer.
Yeah.
I can't do nothing but turn the computer on and off, and you know it.
Yeah, Chris, you haven't had any problems lately, have you?
Oh, hold on a second. Let me knock on my
Chris
head.
is sleeping.
No, I'm listening to tech support. I'm jotting down notes. No, I've been pretty good so far. So Lee understands. See, back in the day, when you was at when you created U.S. Talk Network, and I was trying to put baseline on then.
Yeah.
And of course, technology now is way more advanced, and
Isn't that
I
amazing?
sound like Ralph Cramden. You know, he's like, now, Chris, you got to make sure that this goes there. I mean, that's like a damn fool. Well, that's like a damn fool anyway, but more so then. You know, when it came down to tech support.
Well, your
And
biggest
I give
problem
Lee
is
credit. You didn't cuss me out. Not yet. You didn't cuss me out. You didn't call me all types of names. Lee was very, very calm, cool, collected, which this side of Lee is. So, I know I'm going batshit crazy because I'm trying to figure all this stuff out. But he was very calm, and over the years, I always took that as an example. So when I did get more tech savvy, like for example, we put this together for this current venture, I was bam, 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 and we got it set.
right. Amazing.
It takes time.
Yep. I remember one laptop you had when I was working there in Chicago. You brought it over to me to fix, and that thing was messed up, boy. But
Oh, yeah, that
that's
was
because
that
you were
Sony
going to all
file.
those crazy sites. You know, you
No,
get
I went to a porn site, got screwed up. No, that's what happened. I admit it. There ain't no shame in my game. I had a hankering for some 70s porn.
for some 70s.
Oh, was
porn.
that during
70s
Deep
porn.
Throat, wasn't it?
It was all that deep throat area.
Yeah,
and
Linda
deep throat area
Lovelace.
and vaginas that had bushes. We used to call them the bush back in the day. That's the clean shaven stuff.
You a
now.
bushwhacker?
I was now that type of bush I can like. I get into, not the bushes that are in politics. These bushes I made sure I stay away from. So I
Yeah.
have no problem with that. So I went to this site, man, and jacked up my whole thing.
Yeah, it was
It
full of
destroyed my whole
pop-ups.
system.
Yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess.
There's sites that go back to 70s with porn.
Well, not the sites, but yeah, there are sites that have some old porn. I'm
Do
not
they even have porn now? I mean, the way everything is now.
Well, yeah, of course.
So who are the stars in porn now?
I have no idea.
I don't know my name. No.
Who gives a damn
We're
about
supposed
names?
to know their name. I
Why?
know my ex used to like that Vanessa Del Rio or Rio.
Oh yeah, yeah. Back in the day, now, but
That
look,
was
I mean,
his
I don't care.
favorite.
Look,
And
Yeah, there's
if
a
I
million
was
of
in
them.
porn, well, look, if I was in porn, I would change my name to I Be Banging. But now that's no I be banging.
I Be
That's why I would change my
Banging.
porn. Yeah,
That's your porn name, huh?
that's my porn name. Man.
Be banging.
I remember I used to do, I think her name was Ellen, last name.
I don't know.
She was a big porn star. I can't think of her whole name.
Ellen DeGeneres?
No, it was a blonde-headed girl. She used to go with Charlie Sheen.
I don't know.
She kind of broke him in. And I remember when I first started doing her, my daughter walked in the house. And my daughter gets behind her and starts putting her finger in her mouth like she's trying to tell me something.
You didn't know she was a porn star?
No.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
Alan was her last name. Let me see if I
Alan?
can find it. She was very big.
Mm.
But my daughter just cracked me up because she got behind her with,
She recognized her.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So your daughter's hanging out at the porn sites. Uh-oh, y'all woke Apollo up talking about porn.
What was her name? She was really a big porn star because I used to do a woman too that got paid to beat people.
Damn.
Vanessa Del
You get a
Rio.
woman. Oh,
No, not Vanessa Del Rio. She was a blonde girl and she went with Charlie Sheen.
Sika.
No, I thought her
you're
name
talking
was
about Risa.
Alan. She was real big
Apollo,
because
you know you
fell
know.
in
I
love
don't
with
know.
her.
I don't mess with them white girls in porn.
She used to tell me all
You
about
black or
Charlie
Latino
Sheen.
or Asian, I can tell you who she is.
Well, she was a big porn
Unlike
star.
Trump, I like multicultural people around me.
Yeah, right.
Okay, I'm going to type it in on Google.
How
Ain't
you
no
doing,
tiki
Apollo?
torches in my bedroom, that's for sure.
You do what in your bedroom?
I said, ain't no tiki torches in my bedroom.
Oh. I heard that.
No, I can't stay on here long. I'm working, man, but I just wanted to log in, say hello, everybody. I love y'all. Fuck Trump and fuck them prejudiced, racist motherfuckers. And power to the people. Fight to power. Motherfuck him and John Wayne and all that good stuff.
There you go.
All right. Thank you very much. Spoken like a good,
All right, I holla,
good
Tom.
all-American
Take-
white guy.
That's right. Fight the powers that be.
I hear you, brother. You have a good day.
Holla.
Go make love to your microphone.
Show you right. All right, man. Later.
See, we were talking about porn. That's what woke him up. He was sitting up in this.
Maybe it was subconsciously.
Yeah.
I see Alpo's in here.
Yeah. He's
He had some sirens. He must be in Charlottesville or something. I heard all them police.
No, that was me on my side.
Oh, you and Cabrini Green over there.
Yeah, right next door to it.
Cabrini Green is
Tell
gone,
them
man.
crackers tell them to come up in there and Robert Taylor Holmes with them torches.
Oh, please. No, they wouldn't last 2 seconds.
Hell to the no.
Yeah, they wouldn't even come to Chicago. Hey, has Trump said white people are white racists? Has he said it yet? I know that everybody want to hear him say
he did a press conference this morning. I didn't hear it.
What did he say? Did he say it? Did he say white supremacist and racist?
Chris, you heard it.
Yeah, he did.
I did.
He said the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists are repugnant, racism is evil, and those who cause violence are criminals and thugs.
Good for him. Thank God.
Day late, dollar short.
Yeah, I know.
He was forced to say
They
it.
were tweeting yesterday like, yeah, the president supports us. He won't call us bad.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, he was forced to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
He didn't
They said,
really
"You
want
gotta
to
do this, man."
Mm-hmm. He should have said it from the jump, but he didn't. He blew it. He put both feet in mouth, and somebody else is up his butt. So I have no respect.
Where his wife tweeted exactly what Michelle Obama tweeted.
No.
Yeah, you got to go look at that. Look at her tweet, and she basically copied an old
Not
Michelle Obama
again.
tweet. Yep.
Ginger Lynn, that was her name.
Ginger Lynn.
Ginger Lynn.
Yeah.
Well, she's old school.
Yeah.
For real.
I don't know about
See,
Ginger.
I was in the Vanessa Del Rio and Ebony.
Well, Vanessa Del Rio was older than Ginger Lynn.
And Angel Kelly and Jenny.
Boy, he's been with a lot of porn stars.
Yeah.
I lived.
He
with
married
and
one.
Heather Hunter.
Charlie Sheen.
I have video.
Yeah, Charlie was into it.
Yeah, he was.
Oh yeah, that's why he got AIDS.
I've seen one several times. She's got a tattoo on a
Did he
butt.
get AIDS from a porn star or maybe from somebody he picked up out of a club? Because
knows?
porn
Likely
stars,
wasn't porn star, 'cause they have to
porn
be
stars
tested
get
every month.
tested in that. So I would think it would be more of some.
That's what I just said.
I don't want to say the word, but that you pick up out of a bar.
A whore.
Prostitute, hooker.
Whore.
Well, a lot of prostitutes get tested too. So
You'll have to have
It's-
professional.
You ever saw the fruitcake lady?
Yeah.
That Jay Leno used to.
Yeah.
They say if men have a lot of women, they're a stud. What do you call a woman who has a lot of men? She go, she's a whore.
no, they call her. What is that name for it? There's a name they call a woman that does it all the time. It's not a whore.
Nymphomaniac.
A nymph.
Yeah.
Today's
Nymphomaniac.
password.
Yeah.
No, that's somebody
That's
who
a-
is addicted to sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an actual medical condition.
That's why I had 37 or 9 wives, because I was trying to find one.
And now he's impotent because I try to tell him to
He's
date
what
him.
now? You said he's
He
what?
doesn't have sex now. I constantly try to get him to date.
The first time.
Impotent.
I leave you all for 1 minute. 1 minute.
1 minute.
No, but I do constantly tell him you need to date. You're a good-looking man. You're nice.
Well,
She called him a Oompa Loompa or something. I don't know what she said.
I don't know where she's getting all of that from, but whatever, Carol.
You for 1
He's
minute.
probably one of those sneak ones, though, because, like, he'll tell me he's coming by my house to do something. I don't hear a word from him. I'm like
He got his
waiting.
binoculars.
Oh, I'm going to be
You gotta
there in
see-
30 minutes,
You gotta
Carol.
see the-
2
you
days
gotta
later.
videotape you getting dressed. Carol.
I go to
I've seen the
sleep.
videos.
I fell asleep on you.
No, you probably
You got a-
sneak
you got a
out. You
camera.
probably
You,
got
you know what I
something.
did? Let me tell you what I did yesterday. I went out. I got a hamburger from Hamburger Habit, which sucked.
Hamburger
I
habit.
thought you came
Yeah.
over here.
Which I
What
did.
the hell's
a
a hamburger habit?
That's the name of the place, like In-N-Out or McDonald's or whatever.
Oh,
And it sucked. It was not a good burger. So I'm not going back.
Shoulda
to it.
went to
From
Denny's.
Hamburger habit.
Yeah.
You couldn't expect anything less.
Okay. Thanks for the warning.
And then what did you do?
And I came back and I sat down and I started watching Shark Tank, and they had a marathon Shark Tank on.
So
it was
you
one
didn't,
right after
you
the
didn't
other.
come here?
I did. Yes, I
Oh.
came here. Yeah.
See, he was supposed to go to my house in there.
Yeah.
Never heard a
Who?
word,
I got wrapped up on
but
Shark
I didn't
Tank.
sit home anyway. So he was going to
I
do
knew you were
something
going
for
to go
me.
out. Yeah. But so I sat there and I watched Shark Tank. I fell asleep. I woke up. It was still on. I fell asleep again. I woke up. It didn't go off until about 9, 10 o'clock last night. So I was on a Shark Tank marathon and napping.
What a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, man.
Shark Tank.
Shark Tank. Some shit from 2012.
I told him now that you're usually at the house alone, you can walk around naked. I told him get in front of Josefa's
cameras. 1,000 cameras. No.
Get in front of the camera and say, hey.
Shake, rattle, and roll. Damn. Carol,
did you see how mad she
can somebody put a muzzle on her, please?
Because he's at home alone now.
That's right. I'm home
Him
alone.
and that mean-ass dog that's there.
5 dogs.
Now, I want you guys to give me your opinion. So the other day,
Lord.
Lee said, okay, we'll stop by the house because we were out doing something. So we go. He had to bring Josefa something. There you have a new dog, and this dog don't like me. And my parents had dog kennels. So we open the thing, this dog, and its hair standing straight up, and he almost bit my crotch. But Lee grabbed him. Now, this is what they did to me. Now, it's like 100 degrees out. It's humid. They don't even put the damn dog up. I come in, and the dog's sitting by Josefa looking at me. And
they ain't in
the
it.
dog. No, let me finish. So the dog's sitting there looking at me. Come on in, bitch. Let's see what happens with you. They would not put that dog away so I could come into the house.
Now, listen.
I went out and I sat in the heat. Well, that damn dog sat next to them. Now, number one, if your dog's going to bite somebody, you either beat his ass or you put him in that crate and let him understand. You go to bite somebody, because even Josefa said it to me later on. She said, you know what? I don't know what it is. I go, well, you will. When he bites somebody, they will know what it is because somebody's going to sue him. The dog is a puppy, and he's already mean.
Lee,
he's not mean.
Lee, why didn't you simply say, Carol, go your ass home?
He drove me there. He drove
she
me
had
there.
to walk.
No,
now,
actually, their next door neighbor seen me, and she was calling me
What's
anyway.
the dog's name?
Henry.
No. They renamed him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I didn't.
Who did?
Josefa did. It's not my dog.
What's his name now? Go get Carol?
No, his name is Trump. He was trying to grab you by the wussy.
He did. His teeth were just ready to chomp. And this is what Lee said. Oh, you know, he's like Jack. He wasn't nudging, honey. Those teeth were ready to grip.
No, he didn't. He wouldn't.
The dog's going to be mean. I can guarantee you.
He's not. He's a gentle.
The
little...
dog is not gentle.
Oh my God.
He's going to, when he hurts some little kid, then they're going to regret it.
Well,
the dog, anytime a dog's hair is standing straight up, every hair on that dog. And Lee could barely grab him. I go, you put a choker on that dog, so when he does this, choke his damn ass.
Carol.
So I don't go over there if that dog's out.
Take a
This
nap.
is about the third time he's went at me.
It's
the first time
he doesn't
they said
like people with sunglasses.
I didn't have sunglasses on, you guys.
You had a hat
and
on.
I didn't have a hat. Not that day, because I know you got to take it all off for the dog.
Yeah, you got to get naked for the dog.
The dog is mean.
What kind of dog is this?
A German Shepherd. When they first got him, he was like 2 months old. He was already growling.
Sounds like a curbstone setter to me.
No, the dog's a little mental.
He's not mental. He's stupid.
He's going to bite somebody.
He's Dennis the Menace. This son of a gun tears up everything. But he's not.
My friend had a dog that lives in the same neighborhood.
The dog sounds like a freak.
And the dog did the same thing, and she wouldn't listen to people. People got where they didn't want to come to her house. I'd go over there and go, put the dog up or I'm not coming in. Oh, you know, I said, I'm not coming in if you don't put that damn dog up. That dog finally bit somebody and bit someone else. Next thing you know, the police are nailing something on her garage that if anybody sees that dog outside of her backyard, they're to call them immediately.
Well, that's a real problem.
Her dog, you started out mean from the time she got the dog. And that's how this little shepherd is. He's mean.
He's not mean.
He's
mean. A gentle little
it's just like they think
rascal.
they blame Jack for dumping the avocados off the tree. When I went over there last week, none of them were home. Henry was sitting in that little fence where the avocados are. He had no problem being in there because that's where he was sitting barking at me.
I don't know how he got in there. That's
he was in there.
Okay.
He's smart. He's not a dumb dog.
He ain't that smart. I don't know, Carol. I don't know what to tell
No,
you.
there's dogs that are just mean. There's
That's
no
true.
getting around it. The
That's
dog
true.
is
That's
going
true.
to be mean.
I
You know what to
don't
tell
think
her.
so, but you might be right.
You know what to tell her, Lee. You just won't say it.
What?
Carol, go your ass on.
No, he drove me there. I was hanging with him, and he was only supposed to be in there for a minute to drop something off.
Well, that's true.
And he got stuck there. See, I'm a good friend. He always does this kind of crap to me. Like, I'll never let him drop
Lord.
me somewhere and say, I'll be back in 10 minutes because I might see him 2 days later to come and get me.
Well, that's a possibility.
That is a possibility.
You know, because I have so many people pulling at me, asking me to do
No,
this and do that.
it's like
do
one day
this.
I invited him
and
to
do
dinner. Invited him to dinner.
Yeah.
The next door neighbor told him, Lee, come over and meet my mother, and I made red beans and rice. I didn't hear a word from Lee for a while, and I call and I go,
What's-
where are you at, Lee? He said, I'm at Cabrini's having red beans. Well, weren't
She
you
had a
coming?
better menu.
Yeah, she had a better menu. What an asshole.
That ain't right.
You know, the funny
I
thing
don't
is,
know.
though, I don't get
What do
mad.
You know, how do you pass
Because
up a
9 times
a
out
meal?
of 10, I probably get up and go somewhere.
I
If
know
he
you.
isn't there by a certain, it's like,
Red beans
bye.
and rice.
What else did you have that day?
That was it. I don't know.
No sausage in the red beans?
It might have been. I don't remember.
I'll just have to start calling there when he doesn't show up and say,
Hey, Cabrini, is Lee over there eating?
Eating?
She's a lot closer than you. See, so that's it.
Oh,
Talking food,
Chris.
I'm in. I'm all in.
Chris.
You have to. Look, you have to be specific on this
What's
program.
that
So I'm
noise?
just doing my due diligence.
Chris, you underwater. You're
Yeah, you
gobbledygook.
really are.
I thought you were in a balloon or something.
Log out and log back in.
Okay, I'll do it again.
Okay. Yeah, he's gobbledygook. Log out. You're still there.
Did you eat your sandwich?
No.
Where'd
You gave it
put
to me 2 minutes before we went on the air. I'm not going to eat it.
I didn't have no lettuce or spinach, so I made that at home.
Oh, you did? Oh. This is one of those firecracker sandwiches, huh?
Just
you
hope that I wasn't mad at you.
Put some catnip in it.
Cat litter.
Cat litter. No, Lord. Not the litter. Oh, boy. See what I have to go through, Alpha? They give me hell
Well,
left
I'm
and
gonna tell
right.
you, like, I'll leave for a quick minute, for a hot minute.
I know.
I come back in, and you all have sullied the program with Apollo.
Well, Apollo walks in the room. He's the guy that comes in, drops a stink bomb, and then leaves.
All right, well, how about now? How do I sound now?
It's better. It's not perfect, but it's better.
Crap.
At least you.
Yeah, it was funny. You know, I'm talking about technology, how much I advanced. I sound like shit.
Well, we can't help you. We're talking about the equipment.
Yeah, I was agreeing with you.
We can't help you.
Did you see where Trump wants to pardon that sheriff, that real mean one? Did
Oh,
you
in
see
Arizona?
Fire,
That? Yeah, he wants to pardon
Sheriff
him.
Fire.
Yes.
Yeah, well, he's
Yeah,
gonna
because
par-
of why? Because Pyle is a racist, and so is Trump. So he's looking out for his boys. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
All these people are getting fired that were at that rally because everybody's passing around their pictures. Another one just got fired. He was
Oh.
at that. He was a white supremacist, and the restaurant fired him.
Mm-hmm. See?
You know, they should have at least put their damn hoods on.
Hey, he's smart enough. You got to be pretty stupid to go out there and participate in something like that anyway.
Well, you know what it is? They think because Trump's president, they could do what they
Trump
want.
told him it was okay to be a racist, come out of the closet, do whatever you want to do. I got your back. Okay.
Telling
Okay.
everybody to shut up, Trump.
He's telling people to shut up.
Yeah, he don't want people to speak about what he's done.
Of course
Here's,
not.
here's another one they just posted. Another kid, Daniel Borden of Mason, Ohio.
It's all these clowns from Ohio.
They're getting all their pictures. Well, the kid now, I read up on him.
Mm-hmm.
The one that ran him over, the mother is in a wheelchair.
Mm.
He's been vicious since he was like 11, 12 years old. His friend said he was there once or something. He threatened her with a butcher knife.
Oh yeah,
she should have. She
knew that
she's
was
called.
crazy.
There's a record of her calling 911 on him because he was so bad.
I've been telling y'all, put your dysfunctional family members in check. Y'all know they're crazy. Get them some help.
Oh, this is the creep that hit that black guy with that metal pipe. Did you see the guy's head?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah. They got his picture everywhere. They doubt his name now. They're looking for him, but he's in hiding.
You can run, but you can't hide.
They had a picture of the guy. I don't know if it was in his parking garage or somewhere, because a lot of parents said that when they knew that was coming to their city, they told their kids to stay home.
Well, it was smart, because it wasn't going to be anything pretty.
So we should share his picture. They're going to catch him.
I hope they do.
Yeah, he can. This one could go for attempted murder and be a terrorist.
They all should be arrested.
They said that he almost killed him.
Yeah, it's horrible what went down there in Charlottesville. And Charlottesville is kind of a small community.
It's like 45,000 people.
Yeah, and it's a college town. It's always been a little country, unlike Richmond or Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Portsmouth, Chesapeake.
How far is it from your hometown?
It's west and a little bit north, but far west. It's out damn near in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know exactly where it is. I've never been there, but nothing that exciting to go there for, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that kind of a thing.
They were like that in Montana. I told you they don't like Jewish people.
Yeah.
They don't like people of color, and they hate us Indians.
Yeah, just pure
They were
rednecks.
horrible. I used to sit in school and try to turn my nose up so it'd be like theirs. You know, they have those
Wait a
Bob
minute.
Hope noses.
You say you used to sit in the screw.
School.
Oh.
God, where's this Mina? You need to go get a girlfriend.
I thought that's what he said too.
That's what she said.
No.
Yeah, you did. It did slip. You're talking too fast. Slow down, Jim Shoe.
Hey, did you see that in Laguna Beach where people were swimming and didn't even see this whale swimming around them and that?
No.
No, let's go back to sitting and screwing.
No, I didn't see
and
that
you know
one, Carol.
what's happening out here, too? We have guys trying to grab young girls. Yesterday, they got another girl, but she got away. She was waiting on maybe an Uber. And these guys pulled up in a van, jumped out, and they had their faces covered and grabbed her, but she managed to get out of that van. But this is happening constantly in California, where if they get these girls, they take them somewhere and sell them.
Yeah, yeah. Human
So
trafficking.
people here got to be really careful. Do not let your daughters walk home. But the one girl was right outside, her apartment. She'd just gotten off work. And they grabbed her. And only thing that got her away is they made her drive the car. That was stupid, huh? And the second time, and they forgot to have her, they didn't put the seat, and she got out.
Wow. Yeah, those are dumb criminals. They are dumb. They have no idea what they're doing. They just want to be bad, but they haven't thought it through. There are some dumb criminals. But then there, on the other hand, there are some very smart ones. They get away with stuff. It's unbelievable. But yeah, it's a crazy world we're living in. Be very, very aware of your surroundings. When you're going on vacation, going to places you've never been to before, don't assume that your kids can run around loose. I was at Ralph's up here on Sepulveda Boulevard the other day. I went in there to go get me a Starbucks. And there was two ladies and a little girl. I'm going to guess she might have been 4. Mom and her friend were outside getting a grocery cart. The kid runs into the store. I'm walking ahead of this kid. The kid's behind me. She passes me, goes into the store. There's no mom, dad, nobody in sight. This kid is in the store by herself. I stopped what I was doing, and I turned around and went back and told the lady, I said, ma'am, your daughter is in the store. And I said, it's probably not a good idea to let her run around like that because there's some sick people out here that would snatch your little daughter up and you may never see her again. She looked at me like she
Mind
just
your own
froze.
business, huh?
She froze for a second. She goes, oh, okay. And that was all she said. And she didn't like pick up her pace and walk in there to see if the child was okay. I'm going, really? Are people that unaware or relaxed that they don't think something could go wrong? Okay, let's forget about that for a second. What if the kid goes in there and knocks down a display with a bunch of canned goods that could have fallen down on her? Okay, what about that? You don't worry about somebody snatching your kid up and running out the door with her? And you never see her again? I don't know. Me as a parent, I never allowed my children to do that. I had them by hand or their little butts was in a cart. Period. We didn't play running around the store, loosey-goosey. Not on my watch. Call me old-fashioned, fuddy-duddy, whatever you want to call me, that's fine. But none of my children were hijacked or they didn't knock over a display stand, okay? So that's how I roll. I just think that you got to be mindful of that, and especially when you're going on vacation to a foreign country.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
It's not safe in this country.
Well, that's true, but, we're a little more comfortable at home. But when you go outside of your domain, if you will, you better be cautious.
It's like when I was walking this morning, I seen a older man coming from the big houses. And you could see he wasn't homeless, but I could tell there was something wrong that possibly had old timers. So I was behind him and I got ahead of him, but then I seen the street ahead and I go, he's not going to know how to cross that street. And he didn't. I had to tell this woman, we got to stop this car. He's going to step out, and he did. And it really worried me because I did leave and come here.
Yeah.
No, I went to Costco's, that's right. And I wonder, I hope, because a lot of times when they have old timers and they get out of the house, they're like a little kid. They're lost.
Yeah, that's true. So if you see me wandering around,
I'll slap you.
see?
I'll leave him out in the heat like he did me.
So you slap him now right across the table.
Yeah,
Right.
I hit him with this.
That's it.
He left me out in that heat, and it was humid.
You just should have just
And
come
the
on
only
in.
thing that was cool, his neighbor was calling me on the phone, and I said, I'm standing right out in front, and she's on the phone in her car. Well, come over. She goes, why are you out front? And I said, because that damn Henry went at me again.
Oh, Lord, here we go with Henry again. I told you his name is Trump. He wanted
Did
to
she
grab me by
really
the
change
wussy.
his name?
That's what they should do.
He did, though. He almost had it. His teeth were when Lee grabbed him.
Chris, did you hear that?
Is that a rim shot?
Yeah. It's out of,
Yeah.
out of the blue, the rim shot appears.
Right.
Damn. What do you got over there, Miss Lady?
Oh, I'm just reading this about this other guy that got same thing.
Got what? What are you talking about?
Another guy of color, DeAndre Harris. They went over to that park on Saturday. Harris said he was pepper sprayed, had racist remarks hurled within minutes of his arrival. He then was brutally attacked inside a parking garage by a group of white. Well, that's the same one.
Mm-hmm.
I was chased and beat with metal poles. I was knocked unconscious repeatedly. Every time I went to stand up, I was knocked back down.
Damn. What's wrong with people?
And they got cameras showing him try to escape them.
Yeah. See, it's hard to get away with criminal acts nowadays because there's so many surveillance cameras around, either by the city, federal government, businesses, homes, cell phones. So you coward criminals.
Well, a lot of times, Lee, Orange County's not safe for people of other races. Certain parts of Orange County, because you got the skinheads there. And they're basically neo-Nazis. Because I was just reading on Facebook where they're looking for some guys. These people were in Laguna last night and got jumped by a group of men. And they look like those kind of people with the beards and the hair.
Mm-hmm.
So they just think they can go around and just do this to anybody now.
That's true. They've been given the green light by 45. Go ahead. Back in the old days, we'd take them out on a stretcher. Remember him saying that?
Yeah, that was strange.
You see him throwing the tomato, go ahead and knock the hell out of him. That's the kind of crap this guy's saying. So you know what? They believe that. That's called dog whistles. It's giving the signal.
And speaking in code.
That's right.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it is a shame. It's un-American. This guy should be nowhere near the White House.
I grew up around this kind of racism. I mean, they could kill a minority, and it didn't matter. It got pushed under the carpet.
Yeah, well, it didn't just happen in Montana. It was all over the country, even up north, and it's still going on, folks. And that's the real crime. We've made a lot of progress, but we've still got a long way to go because there are people out there. As long as you see 20-year-olds doing heinous acts that this clown did in Charlottesville, Virginia, then that tells me that it's still being taught. It's still being expressed. And these neo-Nazi criminals, skinheads, racist, disgusting human beings are recruiting weak-minded people that can be convinced to do heinous acts that they did in Charlottesville. Let's keep praying. Be strong. Stand up. Don't be afraid to stand up for the truth and being good. Good will win over evil. I believe that in my heart. Till tomorrow, 10 a.m., thank you so much for listening to the Lee Michaels Show with Carol and the cast of characters. And you make it possible. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time right here. Bye-bye.